Hello you guys and happy new year to you. This is the first video of 2024. Maybe this is uploaded already a little bit further into January, but I still wish you the best for 2024. I hope you have made some nice plans for yourself and I hope you're excited for this year just as I am. I'm going to work on my very first collection of 2024 in this video, which is going to be named Love, and I'm going to make a lot of things, heart themes, and it's just going to be a little collection, so I'm just going to work on it today and tomorrow. So today will be a throwing day and tomorrow it will be a trimming and decorating day. And then later on this month I will make another video about this collection where I will be glazing everything. And I'll run you through the things that I want to make real quick. I want to make 4 little heart-shaped balls. I've made them in the past and I also made a video about that, so you can check that out if you'd like, but it's not that complicated, so maybe you'll be just fine. Oh, I'm talking very fast, I'm sorry. I'm just excited. I also want to make 2 heart-shaped cups, so basically a little bit of a higher bowl so that it's a cup and you can drink out of it. And then I also have an idea for 4 mugs, and I'm going to make 2 different variations of that and then make 2 mugs of each. And I want to make some mugs that are like a little bit wider than I normally make them, so it's going to be like a little bit of a round and thick mug, so that it kind of feels like a hug, you know, like when you're hugging someone you're like opening your arms up and you become a little bit wider and a little bit more round. So I kind of want to make a mug in the shape of a hug, if that makes sense. And that way when it's like a little bit bigger and you also hold it in your hands, you can also kind of hug the mug with your hands, if that makes sense. So yeah, enough talking, let's just get started. Throwing is going quite well so far. It was quite well since I had thrown because I was busy with Christmas videos that I made with friends, and those were like hand building projects. I now finished all of these small hard balls and I'm now going to work on the mugs that I'm going to throw that are like a little bit wider. I'm quite excited to throw that shape, so let's see how that goes. I'm quite excited how these mugs will turn out. Yeah, this year I'm kind of looking forward to just trying different shapes and different things than I've been doing last year. Last year it was kind of more like the same thing, I felt like. I mean, I did a lot of different things, but I feel like I just want to change it up even more. Not that this mug is so special, but like I think that all of the other things, or like more things that I'm going to do this year, are going to be quite different and quite like in a different vibe. Yeah, I'm just going for a different vibe, so we'll see how all of that goes. So now I'm like working on a cute little heart collection, and I think it is fun to just make like little collection like this and make them exclusive, so I will not be making them more often or something, like maybe like in the future something like it, but not the exact same thing as I'm making now. So I think that would be pretty cool. Maybe like in the summer I will do like a flower collection or something and make things in the shape of flower and also like decorated with flowers. And I just want to do some more painting with underglaze, I think, because I really enjoy that, but most of the time I just don't really take my time for that. I'm just going to try to slow down a little bit this year and do everything a little bit slower and just take my time for things and put just even more thought and time into separate pieces instead of like making more pieces or something, because I never really feel like that. I've told that before, but I never really make big productions, but I want to put even more time and effort into like separate like one piece. I think that's going to be quite fun this year, and I just want to keep experimenting with different things. Maybe like a little talk about my other New Year's resolutions would be fun, I think. I also want to like open up a little bit more on my YouTube channel, but I feel like that's a little bit of a struggle sometimes. Yeah, I mean, it's quite difficult to just show my personality on the internet or like in a video. It's not that I'm scared to do so, I'm willing to do so, I want to do so, but it's quite difficult how to do it, if that makes sense, because like I can just talk to a camera and just do whatever, but it's a little bit difficult to just show myself even more. Like I've shown quite a lot of me, I think, but I just want to open up more, and quite some people also reacted to the videos that I made with other people and that they really liked that, and that they also like to see my personality when I am with someone else. So that's quite interesting to hear and quite nice to hear as well, of course. But I want to be able to show my personality also when I'm alone in front of camera, even though that's a little bit weird sometimes, because like I'm talking to a device that I'm later on going to edit the footage of, which it's not natural, you know, so that's a little bit weird. But for this year, I think I'm going to just try to show even more personality. And if you have any tips on how I could do that, or if you have any things that you would like to see about me or about my life, or however I could show that in a video, let me know in the comments if you'd like to. Overall, life, New Year's resolution, let me think. I made a vision board. I always do that in between Christmas and New Year's, because I always take some time off in between that. On my vision board are just like new things for my ceramics as well. I also want to learn how to edit pictures in Lightroom. So not like edit them, like not like Photoshop, but just change the light and make it like a cool picture with some, yeah, just change the colors a little bit in a natural way that does make it look a little bit more like a fairy tale or something. I don't know, I just feel like I want to try to be able to do that, and then I can also do those pictures for my Instagram and with my ceramics and everything. I also want to do some more painting this year. Last year it was my New Year's resolution to learn how to sew. I didn't really sew last year, so maybe I will be sewing this year. But I also want to learn how to paint and paint more. Like last year I did quite some things with trees, and I'm now quite, well, kind of good in drawing trees, and I would love to just do that more often, but also learn how to paint it. And then also, since I've now only done like separate trees, I thought it would be fun to also learn how to make like a full landscape, because I love picnicking. That's also one of my hobbies. I often go picnicking with other people and never really go picnicking by myself. But I thought maybe it's nice to just also go picnicking by myself and then just take my painting stuff with me, because of course I can't really do ceramics when I'm on the go, and I also don't always have to do ceramics of course, and I like to just try different things. So yeah, I think I'm also going to try to do some picnics this year and then just take my painting stuff with me and maybe just like paint a landscape that I'm seeing at the place where I'm picnicking, having a picnic. I don't know if picnicking is a word. I think that's going to be fun. Yeah. Overall, very excited for this year. Thank you for listening to this little ramble. It feels a little bit weird, but as I said, I'm trying to show my personality and show a little bit more about things that go on in my head and in my life. I finished throwing for today and it all went quite well, and I'm happy with how everything looks so far. Can't wait to trim and decorate tomorrow, which is going to be fun. Hello you guys, welcome back in the studio. Today we're going to do all of the trimming. It's on the table here, and I covered it in plastic this morning because I didn't want it to dry even more. It's already like the afternoon because it was very cold in the studio, since it's very cold in the Netherlands, since it's, well, it's winter, so I think it's cold at more places. But I covered it in plastic so that it wouldn't dry even more in the meantime while it is warming up here. And now it is nice and warm with the wood stove on, so that's nice. And I can't wait to get started, so let's just get started, I think. Also, do you like my new necklace? I got it from my sister. Can you see it? It is Labradorite. I'm not sure if that is also the English word, but I love it. Yeah, thought you may like it too. I think I like a little less, Okay, listen up. We're pulling some handles. Okay, so I'm now pulling some handles for the hug mugs. We're just going to call them hug mugs. And I don't know if anyone already has those. Probably, maybe. It's not that original, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, I also threw two mugs that are like the heart-shaped mugs or cups. And I'm not entirely sure if I want to attach a handle to those. I was thinking about it, and maybe I just don't. Yeah, the water is very cold. I should have taken some warm water. My hands are freezing right now. I like to make my handles quite thin, because I feel like then they just fit easier into your hand, and then they're also not too heavy, and it just looks a little bit more elegant. I think this will be quite alright. Maybe a little bit thinner. I'm always afraid that if I pull a little bit too hard that it will just fall off, and sometimes it does. But sometimes I just want to be a tiny bit thinner, and then I just pull it once too many times, then it breaks and falls off. I think I'll just leave this one like this, and I'll probably cut it in half, and then I have 2 handles in one. So I basically only have to pull 2 handles like this, but I just always pull a little bit more than I need, just to be sure that I have handles that I like. Okay, now I'm going to concentrate, otherwise I'm going to break this handle. With those I like to press my thumb in it a little bit to make it like, not flat, but like a little bit deeper in the middle, if that makes sense. That way when you're like holding it in your hand and you have your thumb on top of the handle, that also feels nice. I just finished trimming all of the pieces, they're all in front of me here, and I'm now going to finish them. So with the heart balls I always have like some fingerprints on it from pressing it into the heart shape, and I personally just find that a little bit messy and I like to just get rid of those. So I easily just do that by going over it with a sponge. Yeah, it's just very easy and it goes very fast, but that way it just smooths out and you won't be seeing any fingerprints or lines from going over the clay with your fingers. And just like that, it is nice and smooth, and this one is ready to dry before I can finally fire it and glaze it. Now I'm going to work on the hug mugs. So I made 4 and I wanted to make like a big heart on the side of 2 of them. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do this yet, but the first thing that I need is a little heart. What I'm going to do is fold this piece of paper in half. Now I just cut this at the side where I fold it in half, and that way it will be perfectly symmetrical. Just like that, and then I fold it open. And then I have a little heart. Now, honestly, I'm not really happy with the shape, so I'm going to cut out another one. I want it to be a little bit rounder, just like the mug. And a little bit more into the paper, I think. Look, this one is like a lot wider than this one, and I think I like that more with the shape of the mug. So now, what I'm going to do is just hold this on here and see if it fits, and I think that looks adorable. I think it's going to look very cute. To be able to work on the side of the mug, I am going to take my knitted piece of fabric again, which I've used in many videos. So what I like to do is just roll this up, and then I place the mug on top of here, and that way I can easily hold it like this and work on the side. So that is what I'm going to do now. Then I place the heart on top of it. And now we're going to make the texture. I've thought about how to make this, and I think the easiest thing is to take this little tool. It's the same tool that I use to write my name under my pieces, to sign my work. And it has like a little metal ball at the top so that you can like draw in clay. So I'm first going to just hold the piece of paper on top of here, and then I'm going to go over the rims with this tool. And after I've done that, I take away the paper. I have the shape of the heart perfectly on there, and then I'm going to use this tool from Xim Tools. This Xim tool has 2 sides, one that's a little bit round and one that's like a little bit pointy, as you can see here. And I personally like to use the one that's a little bit round. Just like this, I start at the rim, and then I'm just going to take out little bits like that. Just like that. I'm just going to do the whole heart. Okay, I think that looks really cute. I do think I'm going to smooth out the edges a little bit, because you still see the line that I first marked a little bit. And I feel like if I just take that away by softly going over it, it looks a little bit better. I just did the second mug with the little heart off camera. I think it looks really cute and I love how it turned out. Now I am going to attach a handle to the side of this mug and also to the side of the other mug and also to the side of both of the other mugs. If you want to know exactly how I attach my handles and also prevent them from cracking, I made a tutorial about that and you can check that out. I will leave a link in the description so that you can easily find it. And there I just explain exactly what things I do to attach it and make sure that it looks all nice and clean and smooth, and also some tips on how to prevent it from cracking. I think a small handle like this will look really cute on a big mug like this. Because like the mug's already that wide, I don't want the handle to stick out even more. Otherwise it's just maybe a little bit too wide. And this small handle just looks cute with heart, I think. I've been really enjoying making this little collection. I feel like it's just nice to work on a project that doesn't take too long, because sometimes I make like a collection and then I'm working on it for a month. But now I was just working on it for a weekend. And then I of course also have a day of glazing. But yeah, I kind of like to just work in a certain theme and not having to make everything that I make with ceramics in that theme. Because like sometimes I struggle a little bit with like finding my style or like working in one style. Because like often when you see someone on Instagram or something, like a potter with a bit more followers or something, then they often have like one specific style that they make, and then that also often sells well because then they're just targeting an audience that likes that style. And then if they find people that like their stuff, then most people will kind of like everything, if that makes sense. But I kind of feel like if I keep making the same things, I kind of get bored of making those things. And I'm not saying that other people always make the same thing or anything. Yeah, sometimes I feel like I want to keep making the same things so that I keep within my own style, even though I'm not entirely sure what my style is. Honestly, like I could talk half an hour or an hour about that, so if you'd like me to do that, let me know. But yeah, I feel like it can be kind of difficult to find your own style, and yeah, I think I'm just going to try to not think too much about it and just make whatever I feel like making in the moment. And just like right now I'm feeling making like little collections that are completely different from each other. Like in a way, since it's like made by me and with my hands, I feel like I have a certain style, but like all over, I don't want to be making the same thing over and over again, to just stick to my audience or my style, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense, but I hope it does. And then I think this mug is finished and I do think it looks really cute. The handle looks quite neat, I think, and I like that it's a little bit smaller compared to the mug, but I think that looks cute, and it also matches the shape of the heart a little bit. So I will wrap this in plastic and then I will let it dry slowly for a few days, and then I'm going to let it dry, and this can also wait until it is biscuit fired. And then I'm going to attach the other 3 handles that I still have to do. And yeah, for now I'd like to thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. That was kind of what I wanted to say. And I wish you a nice week. Also, as I said at the beginning of the video, the best wishes for 2024. I hope you have lots of love and lots of fun and good things happening in your life. And I hope to see you in the next video. And that was kind of it, I think. So bye bye for now and see you later. Bye bye!